I am absolutely delighted to be able to present to you today this Foo Fighters pinball machine, which is by the manufacturer Stern, which you can purchase from Pinball Heaven, who are the UK's largest pinball distributor. I've had this machine in my possession for about a month now, and I've got to say it's one of the fastest pinball machines I've ever played. What we'll do in this video is just having a brief chat about it, explaining some of the things on the game. Then what we'll do is we'll take you on a little playfield tour to show you what the cabinet's like, what the playfield's like, show you a few of the shots, and then I'm afraid you're going to have to suffer some of my gameplay while I try and demonstrate some of the aspects of this game. As I mentioned, it is incredibly fast, but I think one of the most evident features that you'll instantly notice about this game when you start playing it are some of the crazy ball paths that the pinball will take all over the playfield. You might have grown accustomed over the years to what they call a fan layout, which is a standard layout of maybe on the left-hand ramp shot would go back to the left flipper, the right-hand ramp shot would go back to the right flipper, and all the incremental shots are in between. This comes as a great surprise and sort of builds on the style of design which I guess was mostly started by Keith Elwins in recent times. Although this machine is not by Keith Elwins. I don't know if we could call it his protege, Jack Danger, or Dead Flip as some people know him. What is clear though, he's worked alongside Keith Elwins because some of the figure of eights and the way the ball will traverse and arrive down back at your flippers are unexpected, to say the least, and take some getting used to. But there's a lot of innovation in terms of the ball part on this game. What we have here, this is the Pro version, and just behind me here I'm lucky enough to have a premium version as well, so I can make a direct comparison between the two. Please stay tuned to the channel, because what we'll do is an additional video to compare both machines. But for the moment, I just want to go through some of the features on these games and some of the reason that you might want to pick this game if you're looking to buy a pinball machine over some of the others. Firstly, it's Foo Fighters, so I guess you're going to have some sort of interest in the band if you want to go and get this game. Personally, I absolutely love the band. I've not been thrilled, suffice to say, with some of the releases in modern times, because I do feel that there's a lot of heavy metal and a lot of very sort of old rock where maybe the Foo Fighters are not the most cutting edge or recent band, but I think they're a step in the right direction. Certainly when you get this game, you don't feel that there's anything missing. I'm not playing the game thinking that they're missing any one of the hits. If you know a Foo Fighters song and it's one of their hits, you can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be featured in this game. Now, going back to the designer, which is Jack Danger, as I mentioned, he clearly worked quite closely with Keith Elwins. But having watched some of his streams and his Twitches that he's done, his favourite game he's often mentioned is Deadpool, which is one of my favourite games as well. And you can certainly see the influence of that within this. So if you maybe think of a Deadpool type game, sort of morphed and a hybrid of Keith Elwins, you might be getting close to understanding what you might expect from this game. One of the things I really love about this is it doesn't have that many modes. So the premise behind the game, as I understand it, and I've had it for a month, is you are the band and you drive around in your tour van, which I do believe is actually the original Foo Fighters tour van, and you have to go round to various US destinations and destroy aliens, kick the aliens out of the destination. So I guess there's a little Attack from Mars theme going on there. It's not as tenuous as you might think, of course, because this does tie into the history of the band, because Foo Fighters, as I understand it, and I might have this slightly wrong, was the technical term given by the US military when they used to maybe see some unexplained aircraft in the sky, let's put it that way, and they would call those unexplained aircraft, maybe it was new technology or aliens or whatever it might have been, and they would call them Foo Fighters, and that is where the band got their name from. So the idea is you travel around the US, and there's even Roswell on there for those of you that are steeped in ufology history. So Roswell's on there. It's one of the numerous places that you go to, but not too many. There's only 6 main destinations. Then you have 2 separate destinations, which are Austin and DC, which are the 2 mini wizard modes. And then you have the Overlord wizard, which is the final wizard mode it's pretty simple. Now, what you also do as part of this game is there are a couple of little side missions, a couple of little things that can take you off on other avenues, so to speak. But they all sort of tie in quite nicely with the game. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take that camera off its perch and show you around the cabinet and then the playfield. Let's take a little look at the game, the cabinet. Now, it should be pointed out at this point that I have modified this particular game a little bit, as you'll see, with the green legs. They're not the standards. It's the black legs that you can see on the game behind it that comes with it. And there are a few other modifications which I put on this game, including the speaker grills there, the upgraded speakers. The cabinet artwork, I think, is wonderful. I think it's beautifully illustrated. It's done by Zombie Yeti, who of course has done a number of fantastic playfields and cabinet artworks for Stern. You'll see from the back box here, that's the Overlord alien there, the Foo Fighters badge at the top. It's just some wonderful artwork on it. And if we just contrast that with the artwork, we'll do a separate video for a comparison between the Premium and the Pro. So we'll just concentrate on this game on the left for now, because it's the one I know best. I've not even had a single game on the Premium yet. The back glass artwork, I think, is really, really nice. They both are. They're both really, really well done. So let's get on to the game itself and the playfield. So it's worth remembering for when we played that both these games, all these games have the action button. Doesn't matter whether you get the Pro, the Premium, or the LE, which of course is the limited edition. It's a 3-flipper game. So you have 1, 2, 3 flippers. Third one is up there. And the first thing you'll notice is that wonderful theme of the Zombie Yeti artwork, which was on the cabinet, continues onto the playfield. I do think it looks really nice. I have to say, this is one of the better looking games I think that has come out from Stern in recent times. If you compare it to Rush, which is another band, the artwork on this is considerably better than the artwork on Rush. Couple of really interesting features on this game here, which is you have a couple of targets, and the in lanes, there's one there and there's another one over here, which you'll just see there. They're quite wide in lanes. They're sort of flared at the top, which I do really like. Gives you a fighting chance, because as I say, it is a very, very fast game. A couple of targets on the left here. I'm not going to go madly into the rules, but if you light those up, it basically lights a ball save here. On this Pro version, it's just a regular ball save. On the Premium, a post will pop up to help save your ball, which again is quite a nice bit of innovation. There's another target on the right-hand side. This is where you get your bots, again, without going into too much detail. Also, your extra ball, as you will see. Earlier on, I described the modes. You can see them here: New York, New Orleans, Chicago, Los Angeles, Roswell, Seattle. Then the 2 mini wizard modes, Austin and DC. Of course, the Overlord mode. This ramp on the far left, and it is a ramp. It looks like a shot because it actually does a jump shot just off of it here at the back. That's very innovative. Does a wonderful sort of sweeping curling shot, which you're only really going to fully understand once I start playing, which is another reason to do the gameplay. The ramp, very reminiscent of maybe Batman 66 and Deadpool. Has very much a George Gomez ramp, so as you can see the homage which is being paid, I think, to Deadpool here. That's where you start your modes. When this insert is lit here, you start your modes. The ball runs along here, and there's a little post just under there which pops up and locks the ball. 3 targets on the left-hand side. You only see one of them at the moment. That's going to disappear now, and then a target behind. That's where you pimp up your van, for want of a better word. And depending on how you upgrade your van, one of them's engine, one of them's speakers, and the other one's bomb. They either reduce the number of shots you need for a mode, or they can increase your scoring, or they give you a little bit more time to complete the mode, depending on what you have. And there's different increments of those which you can get, which I think are really nice. There's little sneaky parts of the game. Again, nice bit of innovation. There's a kicker here off this target, which if the ball hits there, it will just bounce back off and go on its own merry way on another wonderful ball path. That's very much a feature of this game. Lots of different ball paths. The upper flipper, I really like. I think it's possibly my favourite feature of the game because the shots that you can hit off the upper flipper are very hittable. You're going to have to wait until the gameplay to see them in action. It's pointless me really describing them. It has to be seen to be believed. It's very, very innovative. There's another ramp, which you can just see just here as it goes up. That goes all the way up and around and comes, that comes back down to the right flipper. And then you have a captive ball. Now, the captive ball is really nice because when you hit that captive ball, I don't know if I can actually show you on here. Once you hit this captive ball, the ball inside actually loops round there. Now, what that does by hitting that captive ball, that lights your action button here. And the reason we like that is hitting your action button will take out your most valuable shot. Another thing I really like about this game is there's a spinner. Now, every game has a spin. I can't think of a game that doesn't have a spinner, but this one feels very rewarding. And there's a particularly good use of it in the New York mode, which I do particularly like. This is your Overlord ball capture, ball lock. I'm pleased there's a physical ball lock. It's one thing I didn't like at all about the James Bond Pro, which was from Stern. There was no physical ball lock. I think it's important to have one. I like that. There's two posts which you can probably just see just there. Those two spikes, they will pop up and trap the ball in there. Really nice little feature. There's another little loop just to the right of there. You can't actually hit that from open play. Well, so you'd think. But remember this ramp? We go back to this one just here. That's where that leads. This ramp will lead through there and it will actually travel up that way. It's a really nice shot. To the right of that, you've got the Area 51 ramp. It's a hard ramp to hit. It's very steep. But you hit that a number of times, you get a multi-ball. That's quite cool. To the right of that, you have your orbit. The orbit's really good. If the battery is charged on the orbit, you increase the playfield multipliers. There's also a lovely little section here. I don't want to go too much into that there, but it's the Foo bot. But it's very nice, particularly after you've completed a mode. It will give you double scoring on a certain ramp for the rest of the ball, or depending on how quickly you've completed the mode or how well you've completed the mode. Maybe double scoring on the ramp for the rest of the game. You put all the component parts, all the limbs and the torso of the Foo bots together, and something magical happens. I don't know what, because I've not got there yet because I'm not a good enough player. And it's very much, I guess, like building Frankenstein Frankenstein's monster in Monster Bash, albeit it's more difficult on this game. There's no doubt about that at all. There's some really innovative skill shots on this game, which I really enjoy. I just think it's a very, very good game, and it's a game that's grown on me. I think initially I found it quite hard. I definitely did. I found it quite difficult, this game, but it has undoubtedly grown on me. I'll just very quickly, it's obviously got, your Stern Insider connected on it. Just very quickly before I show you the gameplay, just in case you were thinking of weighing up whether to buy the Premium or the Pro. I don't know enough about the Premium. I've not played a game on it yet, so I will be doing a comparison video on it immediately. The differences, which I can see, there's a ball safe. That's the post I was alluding to there. That's obvious. It obviously has an actual proper toy van rather than a 3D plastic. 1D plastic. What else? Well, that's quite obvious in terms of we've got this dude here as the Overlord rather than just a flat bit of plastic there. Probably the most obvious thing is this upper playfield, which I'm really looking forward to playing. That looks magnificent. Aside from that, all the shots, I believe, unless something's escaping me, are the same. So that's going to be interesting. What does seem interesting with this, though, and maybe I should have left this for another video, but I can't sort of help myself. It doesn't appear that it will stop the flow of the game. So if you were to hit this shot and go up there, and it will go all the way round. If you didn't hit it, I'm guessing if you don't hit this flipper, it will just carry on and follow exactly the same ball path as it does on the Pro. And I like that shot on the Pro because it gives it a lot of flow. One of the many things that gives it a lot of flow. So, I think that's enough for the chit chat for this one. Why don't we set up the tripod and film a little bit of gameplay? Okay, I'll do my best to try and justify it. I'm not the best player in the world, but let's crank it up. The music's quite loud on it. You're going to hear a lot more of the ball because I've taken the glass off to film it. What's interesting is at the start you can choose your song. So he's in his car, he's got his cassettes. And most of the favourites are in here. And if they're not featured on here, then they'll play the songs during the mode. Missed a skill shot there. That was a little kicker that you might have noticed. Got a ball saved them. You can see that wonderful ball path that it launches into. You can see that upper flipper shot, it really is very rewarding. And there's that loop shot I was talking about, the upper flipper again. There it is, it's a really satisfying shot. So the posters lock the ball into place. I can now choose my mode, which is going to take me a long time because I didn't actually pimp up my van very well. I'm going to go with New York because I like it because you can increase the scoring by hitting the spinner, which I've just done there. But that's not going to give me the point straight away. I've actually got to hit the shot to claim the points. Oh my words, which I actually just missed. I was going for this shot and it hit the post and I lost the ball. So I didn't actually progress in that mode at all. It's interesting when you're in a mode, it will chart your progress just in the top right hand part of the LCD screen. Oh, should give me a ball save, it has done. There's a lovely little combination there. I do enjoy it. Okay, so the ball is actually locked in this overlord part here. So if I hit that, it's flashing red. One hit won't do it, but you've got to hit it a few times, and that will give me a multi-ball. I'm going to continue with New York, but I might try and get that multi-ball out once I've hit a few of these shots. Could actually do with maybe hitting the captive ball here to give myself, oh my words, a bit of a cheat button. Lost the ball, unfortunately. So I'm getting into the modes. I'm just not progressing through them. That was the skill shot. Unfortunately, you're not going to see much progress in the game with me because I'm just not a very good player. But hopefully you are seeing some of the shots here. That's a lovely shot there. I do love that. That might be my favourite shot on the game. There it is again. So I've actually got two, because I've hit that so many times, I've actually got 2 times multiplier now. We'll try it one more time. Come on, New York. I was hoping that might start the multi-ball then. Oh, that's a shame. I needed one more shot for multi-ball. I didn't get it. So now that's, unfortunately, a very, very bad go on it. But it's, as I say, it's quite a fast pinball machine. I will maybe have one more game because I don't feel you've seen a huge amount of the game. And it also does have that one more game factor. You do want to press that start button again. So here we go. you don't have to plunge it softly like you've seen me doing at the start. I'm just trying to get a skill shot. Let's leave New York alone, shall we? Luckily I've got that overdrive there, which saved me. Oh, you see it's a very steep ramp that you do have to be careful on that ramp. Got it that time. So now I should have finished the mode there because the final shot on the mode is just there where the Overlord is. I hope I have. No, it's still flashing. I haven't actually finished the mode. You can see why I like that upper flipper so much. It's, oh dear, there's a glorious shot off of it. Oh. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I've actually, in terms of the Foo bot, I've just initiated one of the Foo bot things there. Okay, so I have actually... The reason I got that was because I completed Los Angeles. Oh! Oh, I just managed to bounce it in there. Out there, not in there. Now at the moment I'm just trying to build up my van a little bit there. This is going to help me if I can get through to another mode. But sometimes you've got to be careful with these things. It's risk and reward. You spend so much time trying to improve your van that you might just lose the ball. Oh dear. Okay, so now we've got Overlord multi-ball. I could have done with saving that for a mode, but there we go. Oh, there it is again. It doesn't quite make it up there. I have to say, it might well be my favourite upper flipper shot that I can think of. Avengers Infinity Quest is obviously has a magnificent upper flipper shot, but I don't know. I think this might even be better. Oh, come on! He's going to give me that ball back. He's got one locked. Oh, just a shame. Lost the ball then. Not a great skill shot there. Oh my word, that was a lucky one. Lucky to get a ball save there actually. Okay, let's go with Roswell, shall we? Why not? Let's be traditional. Now I've actually got a shot here to take out, which I've just taken out because I had the action button lit. And it's given me another one as well. Got an extra ball, which is great. Let's take that out there because it gave me another action button. And actually I did Roswell. Roswell has been completed now. So, as you can see, I've completed 2 modes here. Oh, that's a shame. So the slingshot threw it into the out lane. Just then, I wasn't able to react quickly enough, and I didn't have my overdrive lit because I hadn't, which would have saved me because I didn't have these two targets hit there. See, there's a skill shot. It doesn't matter that it's drained. So it's given me some way towards pimping my fan up. Please don't. Oh, now that's unlucky. I've got to say, that one's a bit unlucky. The slingshot threw it out that way then. That is a shame. So I was hoping to show you a little bit of progress in this game. I sort of lost me my extra ball there, really. Well, I didn't lose my extra ball, I just didn't really gain anything from it. It's got a tough one. Let's go with New Orleans. You have to. I think this is the one we have to hit the same shot again and again. You have to hit it twice. So it might be wise to hit your first one a shot that you're quite good at hitting, you know. Said that, I keep missing that spinner shot. It's allowed me to take a shot out. I've got another one there as well. That's a shame. I kept on hitting the button towards the end there. I do have an extra ball. I don't think you can see the button because it's probably off camera. But anytime that button was lit, I was hitting it, but only in a mode. It's a waste if I don't hit it within a mode. So New Orleans has not finished yet. I don't know why, there's actually two buttons in the, two balls in the trough there. There you go, it's lost one. I don't know what's going on here, to be honest. Now, I think the Overlord is open again, if I can, and I've got another extra ball. So there's the Overlord there, but it didn't actually trap it. The ball dropped out before I could actually trap it adequately. So in order to start my next mode, I'm going to have to hit a white shot, which I can't do at the moment. Oh dear, that's a shame. So this really is my last ball here. No, it's not. It's not that was my last ball. There you go. So I got a score up there. I got Roswell champion. You can put your name in there. The beautiful thing about these games is you can actually set it. If you're finding the game a little bit difficult, you can set it to your own difficulty level. So I had it on 3 balls there. I could set it to 5 balls. You can make the modes a little bit easier. You really can tailor this game to your own specifications. I think it's a really great game. As I say, the longer I have it, the more I play it, the more it grows on me. I think it's a winner. I really like it. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll be reviewing both games at some point on here. Oh, there you go. I got a free game. Not that means anything. It's set to free play anyway. This is Foo Fighters, manufactured by Stern, distributed in the UK by Pinball Heaven. Check out the website, it's in the link below. Go and have a little look.